Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're recording a 4-day of eating today. So 6 weeks from starting prep, really important time for me. Trying to push my food a little bit more. So what I'm trying to essentially do here is, can I start my prep on the highest amount of food possible? And this is what a lot of people neglect when it comes to going into a deficit or a longer deficit. I'll be prepping for 6 months. I want to be on as much food as I can. And the best way to do that is spend some time eating more food or pushing it. So today we're going to roughly hit about 700 carb, 75 fat, about 280 to 300 grams protein, which is quite a lot, about 4,500 calories. For me, I've been doing that for the past 6 months quite comfortably. So I'm going to show you how I do things. We're going to make it jazzy. We'll try to make it jazzy, but sometimes it's just a case of just getting the food down as well. Meal on one is always coming at 6:30 in the morning, so pretty soon as I wake up I'm eating. Before I go to bed I'm eating, so it's kind of just like non-stop all day. I'm gonna show you what meal one is. It's not enjoyable, it doesn't look great, but it does the job. What I used to do on prep is I used to keep the egg yolks running. I used to eat around it and save the egg yolk to last, and it used to be an explosion in my mouth. Now I just couldn't give a fuck about that. It's terrible how your mind changes during different phases. Now I just think, just eat it. I don't want the yolk runny at all, I just want to get it down me. So I take 2 servings of digestive stack from Supplement Needs, just for, again, preparing myself for how much food I'm eating today. And then take 1 capsule of omega-3, which I take throughout a day 3 times. Vitamin D3 K2, probably the most important one. I remember when I was younger, I couldn't swallow tablets, so I used to have to practice on like M&Ms and Skittles. But now I just go, get it down here. First hour upon weight, I'll get 1.5 litres water down me. I aim for about 6 litres a day. When you are consuming, up to 700 grams of carbs, a lot of glycogen is dictated by water and sodium uptake. So make sure if you are eating a lot of food, you're drinking a lot of water with it as well. Gosh. 50, shit. It's taking the piss, isn't it? It's marking us going from 60. You know what? I don't care. I have 61 grams today. And then an apple, Pink Lady apple, obviously the best. No Granny Smith. And I get to sit with my favourite boy for my breakfast, yeah. We haven't got a table at the moment. We haven't sorted that out. So I hate sitting on the settee, like sitting low downhill like that. Absolutely hate it. I'd rather sit up a table. So my goal for this week is to buy a table and chairs so we can actually sit there and eat. And here's my table, which is a bin. Nice bite. Nearly done. The comment down below, is this weird? So obviously I've smoked salmon. I dip it in ketchup. Salmon and ketchup? Is that weird? I don't think so. I think it tastes better if I'm honest. Always look around on the apples in case if they're bruised. I'm like, nope, don't eat it. I'm that guy. Like, this got a little hole here. I'm thinking there's like a worm in here or something that's crawled in. I guess we'll have to find out. No. Good morning, hope you're okay. Thank you for this week's check-in. These weeks are flying by, mate. They're actually flying by. I think we're 5 weeks deep into this now. And we've came down nicely, when we reflect upon where you first initially sent those photos to me. Obviously we started around about 83.3, 83.6, but we're comfortably below the 80 kilo mark now. Mornings are working. So obviously I run an online coaching business, which I've been doing now for 4 years. Graduated from uni, I went straight into online coaching, which was amazing. Had like 5,000 subscribers, and I was like, right, who wants coaching for free then? And I think I took on about 8 people at that time for free. And then all of a sudden, I've just made a business out of it, which I love what I do. I get to do the same shit every day. It's great. I want to show you Jack. I've been working with Jack for 5 weeks now, and I just want to show you what you can do in 5 weeks when you just adhere to the plan, work extremely hard. So this way was week number 1, which is January the 4th. As you can see, not much shape to him. Great legs though. And scrolling down here, this is him today, 5 weeks later. Pretty crazy, right? It just goes to show, and I'll show you Owen as well. I've been working with Owen for 6 weeks now as well. This way started, he won't mind me showing this. January the 3rd, this was him, and this is him now, 6 weeks later. When you work hard, guys, when you want to adhere, like, especially coaching, like it's a 50-50 relationship. I tell you what to do, you do the work. If you can do the work, you'll get to your goal. It's just trust in the process. So often not a lot of people struggle to do that, and I get it because trusting someone with your training nutrition is very hard to do. But if you can trust me, I will get you to your goal. That's what I'm here for, you know. So yeah, I spend about 2-3 hours in the morning first thing, or after I eat meal 1, doing some work, and then we go on to meal number 2, which is it's one of those ones where I'm dreading it already. I shouldn't say that. Come on, George, prepare yourself. It's going to be a delicious meal that I'm going to look forward to. Fuck's sake. So this is Diesel's full day of eating as well, as he's a part of me. He has 1 egg yolk, about 400 grams of 5% lean beef mince, which is quite expensive, I've got to admit, and he has a little bit of kibble. I might sometimes put in there like a little bit of ginger, stuff like that. He don't deserve that, does he, realistically? He loves it. Look at your boy, he absolutely loves it. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Meal number 2 is coming at 9 AM, just after 9 AM. I'm gonna have some green beans, so just 1 serving, which is about 80 to 100 grams. 170 grams of raw weight 5% lean mince. Convenience at the moment, so what I usually do if I'm, like, for example, busy in the mornings, I'll just like have a microwave packet, but I never put it in the microwave. I always cook it in the pan just because it tastes better. Something I've been doing lately is just some bolognese sauce, just to mix it all together and make it go down a little bit easier, because sometimes I'm sitting there, especially for this meal, I sometimes will sit there for about 40 minutes eating it, which is way too long. So this is probably going to be about 100 carb again, so most of my meals throughout the day are about 100 carb other than my intra-workout, which I'll talk about later. Dropped about 100 cotton buds on the floor then. Fuck's sake. 9 AM. Imagine eating beef mince, rice, green beans at 9 AM. I don't give a fuck, mate. Diesel's absolutely obliterated this toy that I got him. He's got no leg left. Look, here's Mr. Monkey. Absolutely being annihilated by the boys. So if you come in this house, this is what he'll do to your legs and your arms and your ears as well. Right, boy? Oh shit. Right, let's get this fucking meal down me. To the final mouthful. Taking me half an hour to eat. We're done for another 2 hours. Luckily my pre-workout meal, cream of rice, so much easier to get down. Don't know why, just easy to eat that sort of shit. I don't think I'm going to add in that cardio just yet, just because, like I said, we're losing weight off the tools that we're playing with right now, and why dig ourselves a bigger hole when at the moment it's working? I mean, if it wasn't working, I'd understand. Pre-workout time. It is 12:06. So this is meal number 3. At the moment, I'm combining the cream of rice and double chocolate from Perform Way. Both can get a supplement man. George 10. Use my code, and we'll get the fucking dog on you. Yeah? Yeah. Look at that. Look. Look how aggressive he is. Look. Fucking, I'll get this dog on you, and he'll rip your head apart. 200 grams of blueberries. Love frozen blueberries. And I'm going to have 25 grams of 85% new dark chocolate. We'll do some pre-workout. We're playing pool today, so I'm just going to do my little pre-exhaustion of the rope hammer curls. Yeah, those brachialis nice and warm. That's it. Yeah. Oh, that's actually giving me a bit of intensity. Cream of rice, got approved by Mr. Osborne. Oh, beautiful. Sloppy, just how we like it. Don't know what's happened to my thumb, mate. Absolutely killer.
He'll tell you because he's hard at work all the time on WhatsApp to his clients. It's just like him swiping on Tinder, that's all it is.
Don't use Tinder, yeah? Come on. Actually, like let me just show you.
Well, haven't you got the app?
Look how many people like me and I don't. Look, how many is that?
You're a stud. You are a stud.
63 people that like me and I've not liked them. Because... what am I chatting about? 6 minutes late. I meant to eat this by 12:30. 6 minutes late, which means I'm definitely going to atrophy now. And not perform.
Which means you're going to shit yourself.
To be fair, probably just means that I'm not someone who licks the bowl clean. I'm not at that point yet. But
and that's why he's not growing, people. You leave the bowl, you leave the protein powder. Go and lick it clean, son.
That's enough.
To be fair, that's Decent.
When I'm on prep, I'll lick it. Trust me, I'll be fucking licking that shit. I must admit, the branding on that, like, it's very pleasing to the eye. I can see why a lot of people buy stuff just because it looks good. Like, I would happily buy that just because of that. I wouldn't care what's in it, just looks good, innit? Obviously I know it's good, but still. Just setting up my intra-workout and post-workout basically. So I'll dive into post-workout later on. I'm gonna have HR Labs cherry bubblegum flavour, which is pretty good. I'm gonna have 60 grams of carbs from the Carb X. 60 carbs from that, 20 grams of protein, which is 20 grams of EAAs in the intra. And then pre-workout wise, I'm probably gonna have a half a scoop of every pre, and then I'm gonna have half a scoop of the non-stim as well. A lot of the time for me, like at the moment, the carbs are up to 700 on a train day. Like 60 carb is very easy for me to drink. It doesn't, 60 carb in food compared to drinking it, obviously a lot easier drinking it. The EAAs, I count towards my protein intake for the day. You don't necessarily need to, but it's just something that I consistently do. But definitely with the carbs, this is what, literally at least 200 calories just from carbs itself. So again, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to put it into the Supplement Mad shakers, which are really good by the way. If you want to shake a Supplement Mad, do some really good ones. So what have we got in here, mate?
Alpha Lion, Pre and Pump, both of which I think we can pick up at Supplement Mad. But I'm
wearing his Conti Sport jumper, and he's sponsored by
latest athlete.
Insight Subs. Traitor. We have both got the same jumpers. It was like a little Valentine's Day sort of thing. We were just wearing both the same cute little jumpers, isn't it? It's a nice jumper to be fair. And on that note, Jack, if you're watching this, thanks for sending out the jumpers. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. And they're good quality jumpers. So make sure you buy one if you support Conti Sports. 250ml with my pre-workouts. No less, no more. Good amount.
First things first, let's talk about facts and works. Your boy mash no works. Talk about guns, we on that work. Never. And to make shit worse, I got all 5, that's real blood first. He got zinged and he got burst. Next outcome getting put in the dirt. Dead boy. How the fuck are they king of this? How? When none of them's king and shit. Pussy. It was me who got man yitch that yitch in front of his bitch. Oh no. Now we glad we bruised that witch. Spot me your up man's letting it rip. War is war, no settling this. They never got touched, they ain't telling you this. Yo, punching his big mouth. Uncle got ying down. And a white boy got ying down. One track skateboard still got ying down. The no nut case he's been round. Silver up man spin round. Either lay down or get down. It's bang with a gun man press out. Chest and head got dug out. Ooh, cause my brain did bug out. Pull up, bang no run out. Bang this gun out to something get rub out. Chest and head get dug out. Ooh, cause my brain did bug out. Pull up, bang no run out.
Right, post-workout, time-wise, so this is technically, if you count my intra-workout, I'd say it's meal number 5. If it is my intra-workout, meal number 4. I've just actually increased this post-workout meal. Originally I was having 150 grams of Cocoa Pops, and now having 175 grams, so about 140 carb there, which is pretty crazy. And then I've got a chocolate square bar, and then the salt caramel and chocolate, which is my favourite by the way. I've got 40 grams of protein from the Whey Isolate that I mentioned earlier from Strom, really, really good. This is my biggest meal of the day, so right now my hunger's probably the highest it is throughout the day, just because I've created a demand for my training sessions, so I can get away with pushing a little bit more. And that's something that I would recommend to most of you guys that are training, is I like to keep fats relatively around about lower than 10 grams. Try and push the carbs as much as I can, as long as my digestion is intact. And obviously protein wise, I try and get something from a Whey Isolate, which is obviously a lot quicker digesting rather than a concentrate or something like that. So I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to take a bit of time getting down me, but I'm committed to it. As long as I finish by 5 o'clock, I'll be happy. And then after that, we've got one more meal in, around about 7:30. And then that's pretty much my day. I just want that window before I go to bed, just to relax and not do anything, which is obviously very hard to do when you're eating a lot of food. So last meal is going to be a little bit earlier, and I'll go to bed about 10ish, so roughly about 2 hours before I go to sleep works best for me. I'm waffling now, just get this fucking food down me, let's go home. So meal number, I call it 6 because I'll include my intra-workout. Starting it at 7:15. I'll probably finish around about 8ish, which is lovely because I think I said earlier that I'm trying to, before I go to bed, like I eat until I go to bed. Like literally I'll eat 15 minutes later, I'm going to bed. And then as soon as I wake up, I'm eating again. And I just want to take the pressure off having to, I just want to do nothing in the evening. Like sometimes as weird as it sounds, and don't get me wrong, I'm not taking, like for me, eating is a privilege. Like the amount of food I eat right now is an absolute privilege because I appreciate people starving out there and would love to also be on this amount of calories. But for me, I'd like to just that pressure of not having to eat. Like all the time at the moment I have to eat. I need to make sure I'm eating every couple of hours. So just actually having a couple of hours before I go to bed to actually do nothing and just chill and not worry about eating. So yeah, enough waffling. Meal number 6 is going to be 150 grams of chicken breast, which I'm going to cook right now. I'm going to have that with some crunchy sweet salad. And then on the side, I'm going to have cream of rice. So 125 grams of cream of rice, 150 grams of blueberry, and I'm also going to add a little bit of protein sludge, about 20 grams of protein powder on top of that, just to make it go down a little bit easier, because I quite like the combination between the sludge, the blueberries and the cream of rice. So pretty much similar to the pre-workout meal in that sense. Gaz actually got me into these. Shout out Gaz. He fucking got me into these bad boys. These are going up in the rankings, that's for sure. So I'm gonna have one of these bad boys as well before I go to bed. So big meal. So roughly about 800 calories from what I figured out earlier. It's a little advice when it comes to cream of rice. Just overcook it just a tad, put a little bit of water in it, and then as you can see, the king of cream of rice is right here, boy. Look at that, that's beautiful. And if you see air pockets, so little bubbles in your cream of rice, just keep fucking mixing it. So what I normally do at the moment, this is my second day having it, is I'll have that as a starter, a little, you know, leafy salad with bit of chicken, put a bit of ketchup over it, and then dessert I'll have my cream of rice, blueberries, and I may crunch up the square bar in there and just. One thing I take with my final meal, just pre-bed sort of relaxation, is ashwagandha. I still don't know how you say it. This is stuff that I use. It's called Olymp. Fuck knows, I'm terrible. One thing you'll learn with me watching the videos and that, I'm shit at spelling. I've always been shit. It took me, I'll be honest, it took me 4 times to pass GCSE English. And I wouldn't have gotten to uni if I didn't do it. And my final year, I passed it, so I was chuffed about that, just about anyway. So yeah, my spelling is dreadful when it comes to all this stuff. So cortisol management tool, been through this plenty of times, just to help me wind down, relax in the evening, prime me for bed, prime me for baby by better digestion. 2 capsules of that, which is 600 milligrams, which is pretty much the clinical dosage for this at the moment. Try it. It's a cheap supplement, but for me, I would say it definitely has its benefit. And back to what I was saying earlier, if it adds 1% to what you are doing, then I think that's just worth the investment, especially for on supplement now. I think they sell it for like $7, $8.99. And you get what, 60 capsules, so that's going to last you about 30 days if you take it every single day. So take it in even times, 2 capsules, and then I'm just going to eat. This is the only meal I eat with a fork. Everything else I eat with a spoon. The bodybuilders in us, we just love a spoon. Can't wait to be when I'm on prep and I have a teaspoon. I eat my cream of rice with a teaspoon or baby spoon. Those were the fucking good days. Wouldn't do that now. Wouldn't dare do that now. I think that's horrendous. Couldn't think of anything worse when eating the food that I eat. Let's give you a taste of this little starter. If I can actually get fucking right, I'll have to scoop it up like a fucking spoon. It's bloody lovely, isn't it? Bloody lovely. Alright, mate. I've still got this to drink before I go to bed. That'll be 6 litres in total. There's a problem, you see. I do too much talking sometimes and I do less eating. That's why it takes me 45 minutes to eat a fucking meal. Yeah, look at you, look at you. Okay, sit down. Good boy. Spud. Mind you. Anyway, last part of the day, which excites me a lot right now. This is 125 grams cream of rice, 150 grams of blueberry, like I said, and 25 grams of whey sludge, just to make it a little bit easier going down. I find the sludge complements the cream of rice quite nicely. And then I'm obviously going to have a cookies and cream square bar, delicious. I want you guys to refer back to this video when you asked me, George, how do you eat so much in your prep, you know, when you're dieting? Because I think last time I prepped, the lowest my food ever went was 2,400 calories. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, genetic component to that as well, your metabolism, all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, what you're seeing me do right now is what you should be doing before you go into a diet. And it's all about gathering ammunition, gathering tools. Like, I'm barely gaining off the food that I'm eating right now. It's fucking crazy, right? But when I drop that hammer, when I drop at least probably 1,000 calories off what I'm eating right now, I'm still in 3.6 thousand calories, but I'll probably losing 2 pounds on a week quite easily. So it's all about tools, guys, and it's not easy. It's, like I said, it's an absolute privilege for me to eat this sort of food. But at the same time, if you want to grow, if you want to diet more efficiently, more easily, you have to spend time eating a high amount of food and getting a little bit uncomfortable with it. So yeah, like I said, big day. This is what I do every day on a train day. Roughly on my rest days about 4,000, so maybe like 600 calories less, which is quite nice, but it's still a fair amount of food I need to eat. But yeah, like I said, this is what I do. I have an absolute passion for it, and I know tomorrow I'll be in the gym and I'll be hitting PBs, and I'll be, you know, bringing my absolute best this year on stage as well, and it's going to reflect massively. That is pretty much me summed up. Jack's got his cream of rice, whey sludge, bagel and jam. Delicious.
You're gonna have the protein police after you.
Oh yeah, why are you eating 294 grams of protein when you are only 180 pounds? Listen,
only digest 30 grams.
Yeah, fuck you. We'll see what we're looking like on stage this year, yeah? That's what I've got to say.
Fuck the feds.
Fuck the feds. Fuck the people that shit on high protein.
Fuck the form feds as well.
Yeah. Anyway, comment ketchup gang. Remember, I used to do that when I was at uni, yeah? This is how embarrassing. People still mention it to me now. Like, relax. I used to go ketchup gang. I used to do that ketchup gang. People used to love it. Don't know why. So comment down below ketchup gang. Ketchup gang. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enough. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and lots of love. And we shall see you guys in the next one.
Gang.
Ketchup gang.